Hi, Col Sandeep. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for being ready to join this on a call for the interview. Vesta and Atom really welcomes you to this particular field, and we're looking forward to having a conversation. I hope
Thank you.
everything's well.
Thank you, Chinmay. Really nice interacting with you. And I'm sure the discussion going forward will be fruitful and relevant for all of us.
Thank you so much, Colonel. The agenda here, Colonel, is to because you come from an ex-military background, it's a very special case where we see a lot of people succeeding from that background in this field. So we wanted to basically gather your thoughts around four key questions that we have in mind that can help the right audience make the right steps towards a successful facilities management career. So
No, absolutely, Chinmay. As you have said, very good question because FM industry is very akin to upkeep of home. I would start with as the boundaries are diminishing between working from home and working from office, right? So we are at home. We get a conducive environment to work peacefully. The same is the expectation from our end customers or employees working from office. So here our role has to be similar. First, we need to understand it is a service job, and service has to be absolutely friendly and caring for those who are working in those premises. So that we all need to understand this FM aspect is nothing but care and upkeep of those premises for our employees who are doing brainstorming a serious business, and we all need to understand that as FM professionals, right?
I think that's a very great description, sir. It's more from a hospitality perspective rather than just a pure science. So it blends a kind of an art and a very human element to it as well. So, Colonel Sandeep, my first question to you today would be: it seems, I've been interacting with you for quite some time, and it's very clear that you're very passionate about the field of facilities management. I would just love to know a short backstory about that.
Yeah, thank you. And it's a very, very interesting one because, Chinmay, I took premature retirement in 2009-10. And it was then, when it was a recession was there. And I was very clear, look, I am very, very much done the job of security per se, serving the country for 2 decades plus. Post that, I want to start something new, and something new was immediately came to my mind or thought process was facilities management, right? And facility management is in a cover or in a nutshell, it looks like as if that it is only housekeeping or gardening or security. I would say no, because there is a lot of backroom work. There's a lot of job is being carried out behind the doors, which are very, very important for continuity of the business. So to unfurl that and to understand much more into detail how the MEP works, how our chiller works, how our transformer yard works, how the electricity comes to a place where we are utilizing those premises for our teams and businesses. So that was the main reason of entering into the domain and trying to learn as well as add value as I grow in that corporate career. So that was in 2009-10. And to begin with, I started my career with a company called GE, General Electric in Bangalore, GE Healthcare. And I was looking after their three manufacturing plants in Whitefield, Bangalore, and GE Healthcare per se do that, production of TMT scanners, MRI scanners, X-ray tubes, and alike. So multiple production lines are there. So in addition to the normal facility management per se, we have to be absolutely technically proficient, bringing value to production lines in terms of facility management, transform that facilities into more of a digitized facility management that we have attained. I would say it took 3 to 5 years for me to transform that and leverage into more digitized way of facility management in GE. So yeah, the journey continues as far as facility management is concerned for me.
Thank you so much, sir. I think that was very helpful to know where you come from. The next question I have, Colonel Sandeep, is also, I think, something that you've also been keen on sharing because you always believe in looking ahead and not at the past. So, the second question ties back to your thoughts and opinions for the audience on the future of facilities management. If you can share a few snippets, it would be really useful.
No, absolutely, because our timelines are reducing or narrowing down day by day. Our lives are becoming so synchronized and absolutely flawless because the relationship between work and home has to be so in tandem. So whatever time you are spending at workplace, it has to be flawless, it has to be seamless. So graduating from manual operations to digital operations of facility management is the key. Keeping that in mind, we need to transform manual operations to digital part of it, right? And making our end customers user friendly to those aspects and flawless. And that will come with regular engagements with our end customers and updating them on a daily basis to the Gen Z who are very passionate about the technological aspects at the business.
So, sir, if I may just extend that question a little bit, what would you foresee as the day-to-day challenges that might now come in post-technology implementation in the field of facilities management as well?
No, absolutely. First and foremost, what I understand is the emotions are running very high, right? When emotions are running very high, we have to be very, very careful and having a lot of patience at workplaces, and especially facility management teams and those operations which we govern has to be so user friendly and absolutely simple version of it rather than making it
Very
complicated.
true.
So once we do that, so end customers will appreciate that without wasting of time. It has to be constant customer engagement in conveying that or through the knowledge transfer so it becomes seamless. So that is what I see. These are the more pertinent for all of us going forward because we need to look after those emotions part of it because everybody wants business, everybody wants without waste of time and without any infringements anywhere as far as their business operations are concerned. Once we can do that, once we can perceive the risk of safe mode, fail safe mode, so we can risk one or risk two should also be kept into place and can be thought of beforehand, and then aspect should be kept in mind rather than I will come back to you is not the answer.
Absolutely. I think very true.
Right.
I think the simplicity part really resonates with us as well. I think we're very
Yeah.
firm believers of that pretty particular aspect. But thank you, Colonel
Right.
Sandeep. That was enlightening. So, Colonel
Right.
Sandeep, the next question I would have for you, because of your ex-military background, is we see a lot of people from this particular background succeeding really well in the field of facilities management. There seems to be a correlation, but I'm not sure what that is. Maybe you, as an ex-military person yourself, can help me understand what this is all about. I mean, why do we see such success with these particular people?
Right. So I would touch upon quickly about the FM part of it. FM part is not only facility management per se, it includes entire gamut of things which runs concurrently in operations, right? It includes, starts from your when you are entering a park or when you are entering your workplace, it starts from there. So once it starts from there, you have got front end warriors who are supporting the visitors, your customers, or your contractors who should be looked after. This is one aspect. Once they enter and they come inside, there are multiple, as I have touched upon earlier, there are multiple things running concurrently without a common man or a common employee being privy to it, what it goes behind that door, right? So, and as far as the army personnel goes, they are very good at multitasking, right? They can take on challenges concurrently They can work on one aspect here, and then they can simultaneously work on second and third aspect concurrently, and they can switch on and switch off very fast. So this aspect of thinking in on a faster pace, your reflexes has to be fast, you have to be ahead of your end customers for service. Once we do that, and we do that, it comes inherently to us because our reflexes are very fast. You have to be very smart as far as security is concerned, safety is concerned. Once you can do that, fundamentals for looking after facilities is also same, right? It is nothing but leadership, and now what I will term it as servant leadership. It comes with service, right? So once we take passion about it, we take a will to do something without any any issues or challenges per se, without any what I would like to touch upon is without any inhibitions, we should come out for support and services. So these are the few aspects which I understand is that service people are quite good at in terms of analyzing, interpreting, and giving a solution quickly. That's what I understand
So I guess the
for
future for ex-servicemen is bright in this particular field because there's a
No, no, absolutely. And people will keep coming. There will be chances of luring from entrepreneurs. There will be chances of luring from various unicorn industry. They will, they are going to stay.
right.
But few people will come and go. Notwithstanding, FM is going to stay.
Absolutely, absolutely agree.
Right.
So,
Right.
having said that, my final extension to this particular question, sir, is what is
Right.
your advice to people, maybe from a civilian background as well as an ex-military background, specifically as well, who are able to or who are looking forward to entering the field of facilities management? So, maybe as a fresher or maybe someone experienced with a different background, but who want to get into this particular industry. A few words of advice for them would also be highly appreciated.
No, to just summarize in word, you should be approachable, right? People should not be feeling something or anything like to approach you. You should be approachable. You should be a go-to a person, like go-to, like we can reach out to him for any issues, any challenges, any problems per se. So first and foremost is you should be approachable, right? And if you can reach out also to end customers and have an engagement with them directly or indirectly per se, then yes, that is the key for both civilians as well as service personals, right? And more so, one more aspect for service personnel is that we should forget about your rank once you join a corporate industry. So the transition from olive green to white collar has to be very subtle. You have to unlearn few aspects which are not required per se in terms of uh, uh, direct order or a centralized control. It has to be decentralized control and then oversee and collaboration in terms of servicemen, then yes, you are part of the team, you are part of the service circle, and then yes, 100% you are a FN man, and you can rule those businesses. And aim is to become ultimately as a strategic partner. We are no more a cost center. Understand that part. The way forward is strategic partner for the business. So once we understand that like we are adding value by making the building, net zero for energy, net zero for water, and getting those values for sustainable development, energy efficient buildings. Once we can transform FM to that level, we become on the way forward to strategic partners as FMs for the business.
I think that's a fantastic, all-encompassing answer, Colonel Sandeep. Really lovely to
Right.
hear your thoughts on this. I'm pretty
Thank you.
sure our audience from the ex-military background as well as the civilian background in the particular field
Right.
of facilities management are going to be thrilled about hearing these words from you. So, I mean, I really want to thank you for having contributed to this particular interview and the industry in general. And I look forward to hearing, I think our audience as well, they look forward to hearing more pieces of advice from people like you, leaders like you in this industry. And we hope to take this forward towards a new India.
So pleasure is all mine, Chinmay. It is always pleasure talking to you and interacting with you. And before I conclude, I also want to understand from you what is the way forward for you as a company, what you are bringing to table in coming years. I also would like to know if you can touch upon that.
Absolutely, Colonel Sandeep. Thank you so much for asking the question. So we basically are primarily focused on the simplification aspect. I think like I mentioned, I really resonate on that particular word with you. So we've strived really hard to build extremely simple software for the FM industry. In the future, we see a lot of automation taking over the entire processes that happen, minimum governance from humans, and as you clearly mentioned in your last answer as well, it is about being approachable, which adds a human element of being free to cater more to the customers, the clients, and people who visit the facilities, and ensure
Right.
that those things that machines or automation can't take care of in software are handled better by humans. So we're trying to free up time of people to make sure they focus on the right things, and hopefully simplify the entire gamut of operations within every facility, from airports, hotels, lounges, and manufacturing sites as well. So I think we pretty well
No,
resonate on that.
absolutely. Absolutely, Chinmay. And this field is very vast. You name commercial landscape, you name a residential landscape or retail or hospitality ecosystem. It concur with each and every vertical in the market. So yes, opportunities are huge, and I'm sure you are going to add value. And yes, nice talking to you once again, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Colonel Sandeep. The pleasure is all ours. And I hope to
Yeah.
reconnect with you pretty soon.
Thank you. Thank you once again, all of you all. Thank
Good day,
you.
Colonel.
Thank you.
Bye.
Likewise. Thank you.